elements. The documentation is, this is the fifth one. Okay, let me break it down into separate. So the first component, source code. Okay, source code, where we are going to write down the code, is nothing but a source code. If I click on the radio button, source code, okay, go for the change. Okay, so now you are able to see the code and you can able to make the changes. Source code is where we are going to write down the code. And when I go back, and the next concept is variants. So variants, so for example, we deal with the parameters. Every time we are giving the inputs, right? Every time we are giving the inputs. But what if I don't want to give, okay, what if I don't want to give every time I have to give the inputs? So I don't want that. Is there any way, whatever the inputs which I have given, so can we store it in the form of a variant so that I can use that at any time? For example, if I perform the addition operation, okay, addition operation at one time, but every time I don't need to enter the values manually. Okay, I don't need to enter the values manually. So at that time, these variants are very helpful to us. For example, so I'll show you. Okay, let me go for this. It is struct. Let me wait for some time. Okay. Go for the cancel and again login. Connect for the yes. Okay. Go for the source code. Open the our selection screen program. That is the jet demo first. Okay. So if I go for the execution, this is my selection screen. For example, 1, 2, I'm going to take addition, subtraction. I'm going to do with the 20. Okay. These are the inputs I have given. But every time I don't need to give these inputs. So I'm irritated every time I'm going to test it. Okay. By giving the inputs every time by selecting. So at that time, you can save this inputs as a variant. Okay. So how you save your inputs as a variant? After giving the inputs, you will see the one button called as save as a variant. Okay. So you can click on this. So it's asking a variant name. You can give any variant name, for example, ZVAR variant demo. Okay, you can provide a description also. Let me save it in this. So as I shown already, every selection screen is identified with the screen number. Okay, what are all the fields? What are all the parameters we have in the selection screen? Let me save it. Okay, so now you see the one more button called as this get variant. So how many number of variants we are storing? So every variant will be stored in this get variant only. So it's not compulsory or it's not having the restriction to have the only single variant. You can have the multiple variants also. For example, when I go back, okay, when I go back and again I want to execute my program, okay, and again whatever the inputs which I have given, it's gone because I am irritated. I don't want to give the inputs. So at that time, you can select this button, click on this button, get variant. This is the variant we are giving. We are saving it. So just double click it. Okay. Now you automatically the inputs is filled. Understood this? Any questions in this variant?
No, sure.
The next will coming into the attributes. Attributes will tells you the basic information about the program. So when we create the program, we will get the we will give the what we are giving title and the type of program, right? So if you want to make any changes in the basic information, you have to go for the attributes. Okay, go for the change mode. So now you are going to allow the first program and SAP ABAP. You can, if you want, you can make any changes. Okay, this is the way you can make any changes in the title and type of program. Okay, as I said, the next one is text elements. So as I said, the text elements is language independent. Okay, so whatever the text symbols which we are maintaining in this particular program, it will give those list. We are maintaining two text symbols. So it will give you the list. If you want to add anything, you can add also. Okay, and the next one is documentation. Okay, documentation. So the documentation, so the main purpose of the documentation is so to get to know about the user what the program is having. For example, every user or the every customer, they don't have the technical demonstration. That means a technical knowledge. So they don't know what are the functionalities which are built in this particular program. So at that time, this documentation will help you, will help to them. So what are the functionalities you are returned in that, and what are the main activities in that? So what are the main things in the particular program? So those things will be maintained in the text level. Okay. For example, you can go with this will be calling as F1 documentation, or we can say a help documentation also. For example, if you go to the change mode, now it will open in the form of a documentation. So now you can provide the um, text anything. So what is the purpose? Okay, what is the purpose of your writing a program? Okay, selection screen. What is the purpose is? Purpose is designing selection screen. Okay, it will be coming under the purpose. Prerequisites. Okay, basics of ABAP. For example, what are the features in it? Different selection controls, for example. So what are the features are available in our program? Okay. So what are the activities it can do? Is there any example which you want to provide? So like this depends upon your program functionalities which you did. It will be coming automatically. So how you know the documentation is available? Okay. How you know the documentation is available means, so once you can click on the program, sorry, give the program name. and click on the documentation. If you click on the display, it will be coming as pop-up. This is our program name. This is the short text. Okay, this is the purpose of our program. What is the prerequisites? What are the features of this? Okay. When you don't use this documentation, and simply you can make the cursor and press F1, it will open the documentation also. Okay, like this also you can provide. These are the 5 components of ABAP program. Any question?